Okay, so this is my Screen-o-matic PowerPoint. I don't know why I put screen, but Screen-o-matic PowerPoint by me, Nathan Knight. And my subject is on the whole global warming thing and, the climate change and everything that's going on in the world right now and even in back in the day and everything. But yeah, so let's get right into this. So my introduction was global warming has been an ongoing debate for many, many decades and so will continue to be an issue if easy and convenient solutions are not found and utilized. Some of the major causes of global warming are called climate change are things like ocean acidification, CO2 levels, oil company waste, plastic ozone layers being ruined by gas, and ice groceries being melted or ice glaciers being melted due to overall climate change. And yeah, sorry about some of the mistakes. I gotta fix some of those. But the more these issues go on, the hotter the climate will get, and the hotter the temperature will rise, which is overall when all that happens. Ice melts, the temperature rises, which means when the temperature rises, more people are using more electricity throughout their household, which is using more that's putting more power into the air, which causes, a lot more stuff that just deals with climate change and that just pollutes our air even more and just causes more issues to our climate. So reusing and recycling plastic is a simple method to help slow the impacts of global warming. So that's just what I believe and what many people believe. As long as you can recycle or, turn off powers off, electronics or just things in your house, those can easily help a little bit. They may not sound like a lot, but it really does help a lot when you guys just, do the little things like that. So establishing a problem. Some of the main problems of global warming come from gas in the air and pollution in general from cars, factories, etc. Things like oil companies, like I said, cars, like I said, from smog, just things like that, electricity use. It's just global warming is all from that kind of those the little things and everything. So some solutions that our world is coming up with to fix this problem is slowly transitioning to electric vehicles and even making laws on pollution waste to try to prevent it from happening. So they're trying to, make laws and trying to, scare people technically, which it shouldn't really scare people. It should be something, like you shouldn't really have to worry about people, throwing recyclables on the ground, polluting on purpose, things that are like things you shouldn't really be doing. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but not literally on purpose. That's what they're trying to get at the point across. So, you should always reduce the number of trips you take in your car if possible. I mean, it's hard because you gotta go places, so you can't always do that. So, like I said, if it's something you gotta do, then you gotta do. But it's always best just to try your best to try not to pollute the air and just try, even walking or doing something or going to the store or riding a bicycle, just something if you really care that much, and reduce or eliminate fireplace or wood stove use. So when you use your fireplace, you obviously a lot of smoke goes in there, etc. Avoid burning leaves, trash, and other materials. Avoid using gas-powered lawn, garden equipment, all those little things. These are all things that really need to be solved and try to be fixed so our next generations are, because they're going to be in trouble. It's if our climate keeps getting hotter and hotter within, like, next thing you know, within the decades, every day is going to be over 100 plus, which is, it sucks because no one likes when it's that hot. So, trying to persuade people to go buy electric cars is difficult. However, asking people to simply reuse a water bottle is simple, and just doing little things like that. It's everyday things that we use that we don't even realize that really pollute our air, but sometimes it's just hard. We can't really control that, so it just has to be done. So, solutions like this is the argument. Recycling helps our earth. Not only does it help our earth, it also gets you some money. For recycling, you get something back for, showing your good deeds to the earth. It helps the earth to get money back, and that's it. Recycling trash is also another beneficial thing to our environment, rather than just dumping it into a pile, throwing it on the ground somewhere. You know how that goes. You know how people are, they just throw their trash on the ground. There are still many ways to recycle certain things, but as of right now, there are many things that still need to be added, such as additional factories to recycle certain products and things, because there's many things like mattresses, like you have to have certain events to go actually throw them away. There's a lot of big things that you can't just throw away. Like, that's why people end up throwing mattresses on the side of the road, etc. Like those kind of things like that. So, counter argument or kind of an argument about this was, Uh, Recycling and reusing is a problem of high upfront cost. Buying reusable containers can be very expensive. So people are just arguing that the whole recycle thing is like it costs a lot of money to do that. And I mean, I get it, because sometimes you can't go buy recyclable things because they're expensive, etc., like that. So as with recycling, the item will always be a high initial cost, especially having a power equipment to do so. You gotta use energy to recycle these things, so that costs money, and then it's also polluting the air as you recycle these things. So investing into a facility or recycling is actually worth investing to. Like institutions that do that, they all make their money, but it's they're still using power to actually recycle these things. So that's what this argument is about. So pretty much, no matter what, even though they're getting rid of the plastic, they're still pretty much polluting our air at the same time. So it's kind of a 50-50 thing. It's an argument that many people are still confused about. So the audience, I just put attending for everyone, because everyone needs to know about this. Everyone needs to realize what climate change is about, what's going on in our world, and like how we need to actually prevent this, or just try your best to help this cause, for our future generations, even for now, because like within no matter what, like within a shorter period of time, it's gonna get worse, and if we don't take care of it now, it's gonna be really bad, and we don't want that for our next generations, and even for the people now. So my conclusion was just overall the debates and solution of global warming to global warming can be very complex and costly, and some can be simple and easy. So it's always a toss up. A lot of things can be expensive, some things can be very simple. Like I said, finding excuses to not do a part into helping causes global warming is simply good enough. We all have a part in keeping our world everlasting. Science gives us ways and solutions for our problems that is supported by scientific community. Simply finding ways to reuse and recycle can significantly help slow down the side effects of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere and help make a positive impact on our world. So, just the little things, like I said, they really help. And like I said, if you got to do what you got to do, you have to do it. You can't stop that. But just the little things you can do for our world will really help. And yeah, that's all I have for my presentation. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you. That's it for my presentation.